My name is John Pasfield, and the title of this reading will be John and Santa, the Cowboy Shirt Video 9, the Santa Myth Part 3. So there will be four of these videos on the Santa Myth, but here's the third one. Here is the cover of the novella, John and Santa, the Cowboy Shirt, a novella by John Pasfield. I'll try to hold it straight here. With me in a cowboy shirt in my elementary school days 70 years ago. Here's the summary on the back cover. As writer John Pasfield is driving home from a December book discussion meeting and thinking about the Christmas topics that were discussed, in particular Dickens, who wrote a novella that transformed the world's conception of Christmas, he suddenly finds himself sitting in a sleigh pulled by Rudolph and 8 tiny reindeer. What an excellent opportunity to ask Santa about a 70-year-old puzzle, the mystery of the missing cowboy shirt. Well, as John and Santa ride along in Santa's sleigh together, Santa tells John about some of the powers that he has and some of the powers that he does not have. So let's go to page 47 here. So John was driving his car home from a meeting, thinking about Christmas and Dickens and novellas and Santa Claus. Suddenly, he's sitting beside Santa in the sleigh. So here's Santa speaking to John, just explaining a little about Santa's world, the mythical world he lives in. You see, John, as I have mentioned, I have certain powers, what you would call magical powers, but I don't have the ability to go back in time. So I can't take you back or even go back alone and pinpoint the minute when your mom lost the cowboy shirt. And if you think about it, the shirt would still not be a shirt when we, or I alone, would try to bring it back to the present time. And besides, it doesn't strike me that it would still be able to fit. Oh, I've had lots of requests, of course, from others who've come along. People who've suddenly turned up on my sleigh. They want to see the Big Bang or see Shakespeare writing a play or, of course, see the baby Jesus being born. And I'm always sorry to disappoint them, but I just have to tell them bluntly that time is not a door with a room behind it that I can take them to. Okay, now Santa goes on, but I can take them anywhere in the present, anywhere in the here and now, and just in case you're wondering, I don't always go to the places where I'm taking you, John. A while ago, a load of kids appeared in my sleigh, so I played the jolly host. I took them to many different places on the earth, let them see other kids in the other cities and the fields and villages at play. I took them to various happy places around the globe. Of course, I don't exist in time. I mean, I don't think in minutes and hours, so I never know when they've had a long day or when a trip seems that it's about to come to an end. We'll just be riding on the airways, chatting about all the places we've been or where they would like to go, and suddenly I'll be sitting here all alone in my sleigh. Now, earlier on, John, you asked a question, something like how often does this happen? How often do I take people for rides in my sleigh? Well, as I've said, I don't think in human terms. Once a year, once a day, I have no idea. I have memories, but they aren't arranged in time. Your mom and dad, for instance, John, I would know them if they were here, but I can't go back in time in the way that you understand that concept and see them as people who are no longer now alive. I don't control these things, John. I don't make any of the rules. A myth has been created. I don't know by what or by whom, by Charles Dickens, if you like, or Clement Moore, and I have all the freedoms and all the restraints that come along with that mythical enterprise, the only king and the only peasant in my realm. So we'll stop there. There's one more video on myth, and there's more in the novella about Santa as a myth. It's possible to characterize a fictional book, a novella, by its genre. I think of my novels and novellas as mystery novels, but with this interesting deviation from the norms of that genre. I think of them as mystery novels without a solution. In an Agatha Christie novel, the solution to the murder mystery is always given in the final chapter. If you read a complete Agatha Christie novel, you find out the solution to the murder mystery, and then you won't have to think about that particular mystery for the rest of your life. But suppose you read an Agatha Christie novel and don't read the last chapter. Well, if so, then you would be thinking about that particular mystery for days, for months, and perhaps for years. As I said, in my novels and novellas, there's always a mystery, but there's never a solution. The question in this novella, John and Santa, the cowboy shirt, is twofold. The minor, very minor question is, what happened to the missing cowboy shirt? There's no answer within the covers of this novella. The second question, a much bigger question, is what is bothering Santa? What is bothering Santa as he takes John around the world in his sleigh? Why does Santa show John various sights but not comment on them? To this mystery, there is no solution between the covers of this novella. So I would ask, what kind of novel? The mystery novel with an answer, or the mystery novel with no answer, comes closest to the way we humans live our lives and think here on the planet Earth? It strikes me that the mystery novel that gives answers is something like a break, a holiday from our lives here on Earth, a fantasy alternative to our lives here on Earth. And the mystery novel that does not give answers is a reflection of our life here on Earth, a realistic look at our life here on Earth. To reflect on the mystery of what it is to be human, to face all the great questions, and to be given none of the answers, is a situation which is the image embodiment of the human situation. So, why bother reading a mystery novel at all? Because it is the glory of the human that we speculate about possible answers to all of the great questions that we humans have asked over the centuries, and the speculations that reach the highest level, the highest levels of complexity and possibility, are the greatest products of the human mind. So, once again, this is my novella. Here it is, John and Santa, the cowboy shirt. It's available on Amazon. There's information there. My publisher's website is roxmillspress.com. There's information there about the novella. And at my website, johnpassfield.ca, there's 2 free books. The Planning Notebook takes me, and therefore takes the reader, through the process of planning and writing this novella. How does one write a novel? How does one write a novella? Well, here's my version of that writing process. And the journal is based on my thoughts as I reflect on the finished novel or novella, John and Santa in this case, as I polish it for a month. So have a look there if you're interested in any of those topics, writing, myth making, Santa Claus as a mythical creature, and so on. Have a look there just by pressing on the icon for that particular book, for free, of course. And lastly, thank you for watching this video.